Thanks, everyone. Kia ora and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rod Bannister, and it's a privilege for me to be here this evening as a Director of Sport at Kings High School. I extend a very warm welcome to our annual Senior Sports Awards, a chance to celebrate the passion, dedication, and outstanding achievements of our Kings Lions this year. To our guests, our parents, extended whānau, families, caregivers, staff, and most importantly, our fantastic young men, welcome. To our guest speakers, Old Boys, Nathan Hasty and Rowan Wingham, thanks so much for being here. As a former First 15 captain, Rowan and head boy Nathan honed their skills right here on these fields before launching a highly successful professional rugby career. They are living proof that the commitment, discipline, and teamwork you develop in these hallways can take you to the very highest level. We are honoured to have them share their insights with our student athletes tonight. Just two quick housekeeping notes. In the event of an emergency, please use the nearest clearly marked side exits, and please join us for supper, which will be provided in the library at the conclusion of the formal ceremony. Tonight, the spotlight is firmly on our young men and the sporting excellence you have demonstrated throughout 2025. Gentlemen, as you reflect on your outstanding achievements, please take a moment to acknowledge not just your effort and talent, but also the massive network of support that has made your success possible. Every accomplishment we celebrate tonight is a combination of your relentless dedication and the selfless commitment of others. This support comes from home, from your family, and from those who have given freely of their time, energy, and expertise to coach, manage, and mentor you, not just in your chosen sport, but in life. Please join me now in a round of applause to acknowledge the massive contribution of your families and all those dedicated support people here tonight who have been instrumental in your success. We begin tonight's proceedings with the Service to Sports Awards. I would like to ask Mr. Lobb, our sports coordinator, to come forward and present these awards. These awards are in recognition of students who have made a significant contribution to their chosen sports through their commitment, longevity, and willingness to give back in a variety of channels. There are 3 groups receiving service awards. Can you please hold your applause until the entire group is on stage? Group 1, can you come forward, please? Basketball, Louis Green, coaching. Jack Morrison, coaching. Cricket, Tom Houston, photography. Cross country, Dan Callagher, junior mentoring. Thomas Weatherall, junior mentoring. Hockey, Ethan Bain, umpiring. What I meant? Group 2, can you come forward, please? Rugby, Ben Calder, photography and volleyball umpiring. Charlie Heller, photography. Angus McGregor, refereeing and touch refereeing. Montel Panesi, refereeing. Tai Taiala, refereeing. Touch rugby. Kairangi Connie, mentoring. Jackson Moahu, mentoring. Henry Smale, coaching. Lafa Tafiga, mentoring. What I meant. Group 3, can you come forward, please? Water polo. Austin Binawa, mentoring. Angus Harold, coaching. Rory Harold, coaching. Nathan Marie, coaching. Logan McFarlane, coaching. William McFarlane, coaching. Kai Shahir, coaching. Ned Starkey, coaching. Gregor Watts, coaching. Thank you for your service, gentlemen. Shot, boys. I would now like to introduce our two guests of honour this evening. Nathan Hastie. Nathan moved to Dunedin as a teenager in 2016, attending King's High School. He was named as a head boy in 2019 and was a recipient of the 2019 Otago Daily Times Class Act Award, which also recognised his academic success. In 2016, as a Year 10, he made his debut in the first 15 and was a CAP member. He was selected for the Highlanders Under-18 rugby training camp for 3 consecutive years, from 2017 to 2019, also playing for the New Zealand Under-20 team. Nathan was also an accomplished cricketer at Kings, serving as the first 11 cricket captain for 2 years, 2018 to 2019, a member of the Otago Under-19 cricket team 2017 to 2019, where he won the Otago Under-19 Bowler of the Year award. He joined the Otago NPC team in 2022 and was selected into the Highlanders High Performance Program, graduating in 2023. In 2023, he was called into the Highlanders squad as injury replacement, making his Super Rugby debut against the Western Force in Perth. He had a breakout season in 2025, making 9 appearances, including 7 starts. In July 2025, it was announced that the accomplished scrum half would be returning to his city of birth, Perth, to join the Western Force on a 2-year deal starting in 2026 Super Rugby season, after completing an extremely successful 2025 NPC campaign with Otago. Guest number 2, Rohan Wingham. Rohan was named as the New Zealand Schools team in 2020, breaking a 23-year drought for the first Kings High School player to do so. In 2020, he was also selected for the New Zealand Barbarians under-18 squad. Rohan was the Kings High School First 15 captain in 2020, leading the team to the Otago Premier Schools final, and was part of the team that achieved a historic 28-16 win over Otago Boys High School at Littlebourne, the school's first victory there since 1999. In 2021, he was a Highlanders under-20 rep. He played 4 games for North Otago in the Heartland Championships in 2022, joining the Otago team in the NPC that same year. Rohan also graduated from the Highlanders High Performance Program, and he was named in the Highlanders Development Squad for the 2024 Super Rugby season, subsequently elevating into the full Highlanders squad as a replacement, signing in January 2024. It is with great pleasure that we welcome you both back to Kings, and we look forward to hearing your perspective on sport and life. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Nathan Hastie and Rohan Wingham.
G'day everyone. When I look back on my journey, it feels a bit surreal, especially speaking in front of you fellas. I still remember my first 15 debut against Johnny's. I was terrified. I was still starting as well, which definitely added to the nerves. I got to play first for 3 years, beating OBs up at Littlebourne, still being a highlight to this day for me. From there, I got to play for the under-18 Barbarians and was then selected for NZ secondary schools. Once I left school in 2020, I went out to the Dunedin Sharks while also being part of the Otago Academy to help grow my game. I got to play a couple years of Super Rugby under-20s with a few guys like Nato and others who went on to make higher honours and some that are going even further. In 22, I wasn't at the level needed to play for Otago, so they loaned me out to North Otago while still having me involved in the wider training group. Coming in for Otago training days and learning my craft, this was a big step in growing my game quickly, learning as much as possible during the Otago trainings and then putting it into practice in a less high-risk environment with North Otago. It was around this time I was also picked up by the Highlanders in their development program and wider training group. In 2023, I managed to get signed to Otago and played the whole season and did enough to get picked up by the Highlanders again on a wider contract, which was then upgraded to a full contract, and then was later given the opportunity to debut for them. At the moment, still playing for Otago and the Highlanders and loving every opportunity I get to be involved in the environment. During my time at school, I was never the biggest, the fastest, or the strongest, but I tried to be the hardest working one on the team. From meal prepping school lunches to gymming and running hard through the summer, I was doing the stuff that people don't see consistently that built the habits that helped me reach whatever the next level was for me at the time. And being in the position that I'm in, your progress tends to be slower because you have to learn your craft, you have to do the reps, gain the experience, and put in the effort to grow and learn along the way. Like any sport, doing the hard yards and the dirty work will always reward you. But there's a bit of luck involved in sport. If it's a coach giving you a shot or an injury that comes along and you get to give it a crack, it's about being ready for when you get a stroke of luck, when you get the opportunity, you're able to put your best foot forward and seize it. This is where opportunity meets preparation. Do the things people don't see, be the first to training and the last to leave. Do the extra reps and back yourself when you get the opportunity to have a crack. At least then you know you gave it all you could. Thanks for having me, and I wish you all the best for whatever comes your way in the future.
Good evening, everyone. I'd just like to say thank you very much for having us back. It hasn't changed much at all. And funny enough, Rowie talk about hard work. I remember when Rowie's a year younger than me, so I think he was year 12, and I think he was transitioning from hooker to a prop. So I remember he was doing these bear crawls one day, and I was like, oh, maybe you should get the weighted sled, and I will get that weighted sled out of the gym. And so he gets the weighted sled, and he's got about 60 kilos on it, and I'm like, oh. And I see him pulling it, doing these bear crawls. I'm like, oh, that's too easy. So I hop on Rowie's back like this, and he's just a machine, all the hard work, and no wonder he's sitting where he is today. Yeah, lucky enough, I said before, lucky enough to be head boy in 2019, and yeah, I wouldn't change anything. Growing up, rugby was everything to me. Dad taking me down the park, and I just loved chucking a ball around and going out with your mates was probably the best thing about it. When I first got to Kings, I didn't really know anyone. Dad started up this peanut butter company, and we lived out at Warrington, so he would drop me at school at like 7 a.m. in the morning. Every morning, I didn't really have much else to do, so if you remember Reggie, I would flick Reggie a text, and he would leave the bag of balls out for me at the shed out the back near Reggie's corner, and I just used to kick until pretty much first period or with the first class. I just wanted to talk tonight about, I suppose, opportunity, resilience, and just having more than one dream. So a bit about my journey, the highs, the lows. In starting year 10, as mentioned, I made my debut for the first 15. I played 2 games that year, and I remember going to the first training, and it was absolute chaos. No one came up and introduced themselves to me. No one knew what was going on. It was just kind of trying to figure it out on your own, I suppose. And it showed. I think that year, 2016, we got hidings by Johnny's, OBs, Southland, Waitaki. But I suppose in year 11, this kind of where the shift started for rugby at Kings, I suppose. We got some new coaches, Will Henry, Ryan Banbury, and the year 13s. They were great leaders and great guys. We ended up winning the Highlanders school competition that year, which was huge for us at that stage. I think Southland boys and OBs were still in the Colts competition, so we played OBs the week after and we lost to them, but it was still a huge step for us. Thinking back to year 11, also taught me one of the hardest lessons in sport. They can all change in an instant. Never take anything for granted. There was this one player on our team, you won't remember, maybe some of the teachers will. His name was Tau Latu. He was an absolute beast. I mean, he was a loose head prop. He had tree trunks for legs. Unbelievably powerful. Probably one of the best high school players I've ever seen in my life, honestly. You'd be standing at the back as a halfback and you'd be like, watching this guy go to work and you'd be like, far out, this guy's just smashing people. But the pre-season that year, he made a tackle and he didn't get up. When he did, he couldn't move his arm. He'd done a lot of nerve damage in his arm, and he's never played rugby since. His nerves just haven't, regenerated, I suppose. So it just goes to show that it can all be taken away in a second, and you've got to build yourself more than just being a sportsman or a rugby player. Anyway, year 12, it was another great year for Kings in my journey. Team clicked, we competed well, and it felt like everything came together. But one of my favourite memories wasn't rugby, it was cricket. We managed to qualify for Gillette Cup, first time in a long time. Yeah, it was an awesome experience. We get to play against the best schools in New Zealand. Looking back, I think we only won one game, but it was that experience representing Kings on a national stage was awesome. It reminded me that stepping into something new and trying something different is how you grow. Then year 13 came, my final year, and that one tested me the most. Pre-season was meant to be the start of something special, but one of those games I injured my knee. The physio at the time just thought it was a sprain, so I strapped it up and trained for about 2 or 3 weeks, the rest of the pre-season, and then we had Waitaki in the first inter-school game, where I played about 60 minutes, but I couldn't step off my right knee. It just kept collapsing. And that was the end of my year 13 year rugby. Scans showed that I'd torn my ACL, or completely ruptured my ACL, and I had a big tear in my meniscus. I needed surgery. Obviously, I was gutted. Those countless mornings, and I couldn't even finish that final year with my mates. Yeah. But when I came back to school on the crutches, you can either sit there and feel sorry for yourself, or you can look at it as a new opportunity. The gym has changed now. Back in the analysis room, it used to be a bunch of old rusty weights and cricky squash floorboards. But yeah, I used pretty much every day after that when I came back. Used to go in there every morning and do upper body. I think I was only benching like 60 kilos, and by the end of the year I was doing about 100. But yeah, where am I? Sorry. But yeah, you just have to see as an opportunity to get better and other things you can work on. Focusing on what you can control is your studies. And the injury forced me to redefine who I was, not just as a rugby player, but as a person. It taught me that setbacks don't define you, your response does. And throughout the whole process, I realised something else. You can't do it alone. Your teammates, your coaches, your family, your mates, they're the ones who help you get through when time gets tough. Don't be afraid to lean on people. People genuinely want to see you succeed. After school, I kept on going through my knee rehab, and then about a year later I did my shoulder, so I rehabbed through that, and then I ended up debuting for Otago. I got to pull the Highlanders jersey on in Perth, of all places, which was a full circle moment, and now I'm heading back there again, mentioned before, to chase the ultimate dream, playing international rugby. But through everything, I guess the biggest lesson I've learned, I touched on it before, never take it for granted. You never know when your last game will be. So make the most of every time you run out with your mates, every match, every training, every chance you get to play. Enjoy it, even when it's hard. And most importantly, make sure you have something more. Invest in your education, build your character, strengthen your relationships, because when sport gets taken away, and at some point it will, it's those things that keep you standing. I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about this, but I just had some advice for the year 13 leavers. As you're aware, Dunedin is a very big drinking culture, and the university lifestyle and after-school lifestyle is very fun. There are a lot of temptations. In reality, there's a lot of drinking. There are drugs. There are, girls or whatever. Just make sure that you surround yourself with like-minded people. Surround yourself with good people, with good mates that want to see you succeed, want to see you do well. You know, there's going to be times where you muck up. Just be honest about it. Be yourself. And just like I said, surround yourself with good people. And if you think it's a dumb thing to do, it probably is a dumb thing to do. So don't do it. But no, thank you just to everyone here tonight. Whether you're taking home an award or still waiting for that moment, just keep backing yourself, keep showing up, take every opportunity, don't be afraid to fail. And remember, the best part of sport isn't just the wins, it's the lessons, the people, the memories, and the person it helps you become. So thank you very much for having us.
Well, a huge thank you to Nathan and Rowan. Great to have you both back with us on this very special occasion. And look, good evening, everyone. I hope you're enjoying the evening so far and the celebration of our boys in sport. And we now integrate the sports trophies, cups and service to sport and Otago and Southland representation into first team awards. Now, the way this will work is that I'll begin by calling each first team forward. That'll be followed by a brief overview of each team's season. First student to be called to the stage will be the team captain. He will then be followed by those students who are receiving trophies and awards, then those students who receive a badge for their first year in the first team. And I ask that you hold your applause until the entire team is on the stage. And we begin tonight with athletics. These sportsmen, please make your way to the base of the stage as presented by Mr. McPhail. Now, just a bit about our athletics before they start to come up. The 2025 Kings High School athletics season was one of many highlights. It began with a huge turnout at the school athletics day where hundreds of students competed across sprints, jumps, throws and distance events. From here, our top athletes trained hard, making great use of the school gym and the Breakfast Running Club as they prepared for the Otago Championships. At the Otago Champs, Kings proved to be a real force, producing a series of superb performances and earning multiple podium finishes. Several athletes qualified for the South Island Championships in Nelson, where they represented the school with pride. Special mention goes to Caleb Dobia, who claimed silver in the 3,000 metre and bronze in the 1,500 metre events, while Chosen Ratima and Brooke Darcy also delivered outstanding results against the South Island's best. With many talented athletes returning in 2026, we look forward to what the future holds for Kings Athletics. First to come up, senior champion, the Dr. R. Finley Allen Cup, is Alfie Weatherston Harvey. The 1,500 metre senior champion, the Kings High School Old Boys Association Silver Jubilee Cup, Zach Chisholm. The senior pentathlon champion, the Lindsay Family Cup, Henry Smale. The under-16 1,500 metre champion, the JCH Somerville Cup, Thomas Weatherall. The under-16 overall champion, the HK Claridge Cup, Jack Proctor. And other members of the athletic squad to come forward, Brooke Darcy. Caleb Dobia. And Chosen Ratima. Congratulations. Now to badminton as presented by Mr. Bannister. This year has been a highly successful and competitive season for badminton at Kings. The team showed strong performance throughout the year, beginning with a dominant 6-0 victory over Waitaki Boys during the annual inter-school fixture, followed up with an extremely competitive tie against Otago Boys. The results placed Kings as the second best team in Dunedin, demonstrating consistent effort and improvement. The highlight of the team season came at the South Island Secondary School Champs, where Kings earned an impressive third place overall, showing their ability to compete well beyond the region. Individually, William Blakey and Nick Sholem both had outstanding seasons, representing Kings at regional and national levels. William placed third in Division 1 at the New Zealand Junior Team Championships and won first place in the regional derby. At the Under-17 Otago Open, he continued his strong form with first in the men's singles and second in the mixed doubles. He was also selected for the Under-17 Otago team, which achieved second place in the teams event at the South Island Teams and Individuals Tournament, where he went on to reach the semi-final of the Under-17 singles in the individual category. Likewise, Nick Sholem represented the Under-19 Otago team, helping them secure fifth place in the Under-19 teams event. The impressive results of these two young men, along with the team's collective achievements, reflect the high standard and dedication in the Kings High School badminton program this year. Captain Nick Sholem, also receiving the Graham Shastri Trophy for Badminton Excellence. And the High School Champion Cup, the Challenge Cup, William Blakey. And also from the team being acknowledged tonight, Ahmed Bistri. Ian Tan. Well done, boys. Basketball, presented by Mr. Severite. The first five basketball season was a brilliant journey that truly showcased the Lions' pride, grit, and incredible potential. It began with a strong showing at the South Island 3 vs 3 Championships, where our team, led by tournament MVP Jack Morrison, finished an impressive 6th out of 24 teams. The regular season was a rebuilding challenge, but the team's ability to come together at the right time was key. We finished third and entered the semi-finals confident. In a thrilling rematch against John McGlashan, the Lions roared to a decisive 12-point victory. Captain Louis Green was outstanding, draining 6 3-pointers and earning man of the match. The final against Otago Boys showed the team's heart. Despite missing key players, the lads played out of their skins, leading at half-time through fierce defence and sharp shooting from Jack and Kevin Acero. We ultimately fell short in the final minutes, losing by only 8, but we showed the entire school what we were capable of doing. The season's defining moment came at the Southern Cup tournament in Invercargill. The Lions breezed through pool play. It was a fantastic chance for the whole squad, including standout bench players Utah Thompson and Maz Takanawa, to build chemistry. In the final against the undefeated James Hargis team, our boys delivered their best performance of the entire season. The team played with pride, maturity, and ferocious defence. Vincent Laban was an absolute rebounding machine, adding 24 points in an outstanding effort. On offence, Jack, 24 points, and Kevin, 20 points, were clinical, ably assisted by Archie Arledge's superb court vision. The tireless effort of Dadil Elia was infectious. The first five closed the season in the best possible way as Southern Cup champions, winning the final 94-82. It was a great season, and a huge thank you goes to our graduating Year 13s, Louis Green and Jackson Hamilton, for leading the team with passion and dignity. With 12 of the 14 players returning next year, the future of Lions basketball is incredibly bright indeed. First up, Captain Louis Green, also recipient of the Glenn Denham Cup for contribution to basketball. Dadil Elia, most improved player, first basketball team. Vincent Laban, Defensive Player of the Year, the Hayden Allen Trophy. MVP Glenn Denham Trophy, Jack Morrison. And also receiving badges for their first year in the first team, Aidan Chong. Harry Newcomb. Tiaki Runga. Maz Dekanawa. Utah Thompson. And other players to join their teammates on stage, Kevin Acero. Isaac Anderson. Archie Arledge. Congratulations. Now back to summer sport cricket as presented by Mr. Scott. The first 11 cricket side produced mixed results in Term 1, which was always going to be the case with 8 Year 13 players moving on from school. We managed to finish second in the Dunedin Premier Secondary Schools grade, which was pleasing. The highlight of the season was remaining undefeated in our 3 traditional inter-school fixtures. We chased down over 200 runs in the 4th innings against Waitaki Boys on Kings number 1. We battled to a draw versus Southland Boys in Invercargill, with captain Rhys Milmine facing 80 deliveries for 18 runs not out. And we managed to defend a total of 150 versus Shirley Boys in Christchurch. Different individuals performed well throughout the season. Charlie McIver was a rock at the top of the order, allowing Jack Proctor to be the dasher. Ryder Guthrie has emerged as a promising seamer who hits the bat hard. Rees led the side well despite having to manage his way through a back injury. Ushi Caldera, fresh from representing Otago under-17s over the summer break, led the way with both bat and ball. We look forward to building on these performances during our tour to Australia in late November. First up, Captain Rhys Milmine. Also receiving the contribution to the first 11 cricket team, Warwick Larkins Memorial Trophy. Ushi Caldera, highest batting average in the first 11, the Cleveland Cup, and proficiency and improvement in bowling and fielding, the Dunedin Cricket Club Cup. Charlie Stewart, best catch of the season, the H. Sinclair Cup. Charlie McIver, most improved player in the first 11, the Otago High School's Old Boys Cricket Club. Tom Houston, the Albion Cricket Club Cup, service to King's High School Cricket. And receiving a badge for their first year in the first team, Ethan Blair. Ryder Guthrie. Evan Lowry. Jack Proctor. Levi Simpson. And other team members, Blake Broom. And Utah Thompson. Let's put our hands together, please. King's Cross Country, presented this evening by Mr. White. Earlier this year, a team of about 30 competed in the local Otago Schools Series, and there were some standout results. Both senior and junior three-man teams took out the legendary Caversham Relays, while Thomas Wetherall and Caleb Dobia took first place in the under-16 and under-14 races respectively at the Otago Schools Race at Kaikorai Valley a week later. A small group then headed to the Southern Schools Festival in Timaru, where Caleb raced well again and taking the silver medal in the Year 9 race, while the senior three-man team of Thomas, Josh Crowley and Zach Chisholm took the bronze in the senior race. Both Caleb and Thomas made their way to Whangarei to compete at the New Zealand Secondary Schools race. Caleb placed an impressive 4th in the Year 9 race and Thomas placed 15th in an extremely competitive under-17 field. Beyond school races, Dan Callagher, Thomas and Caleb competed in the New Zealand Club Champs of the Flat and Fast Hagley Park course in Christchurch as individuals wearing the Otago singlet and then in their respective club relay teams. And a special thanks this year goes to Dan, who was injured for much of the year, and that may have stopped many others, but not Dan. He was at every race in a mentoring capacity, could even be found as a coach dishing out lollies on Wednesdays before school after putting the boys through their paces in the bonus training session known as Dan's Wednesday Special. We thank our Year 13 runners for their service to King's Cross Country. Thank you to Zach Chisholm, Marley Bennett, Max Lowry and Alfie Weatherston Harvey, who wish you all the best. With many talented athletes returning in 2026, we look forward to what the future holds for King's Cross Country. First to come up, our co-captains Zach Chisholm and Dan Callagher. And Dan picks up the Keenness and Enthusiasm A.M. Cooper Cup. Alfie Weatherston Harvey, the senior fastest time, the Caversham Harrier Club Cup, and also to receive his badge for his first year in the senior team. Thomas Weatherall, intermediate fastest time, the Civil Service Harrier Cup. And receiving badges for their first year in the senior team, Marley Bennett. And Caleb Dobia. And joining their teammates, we have Josh Crowley, and Gregor Watts. Congratulations. We now move to football, presented by Mr. McPhail. "2025 was another strong year for the First 11 football team. After losing 11 players from the 2024 squad, the team faced the challenge of integrating a large number of young and new players. These players quickly stepped up to fill the shoes of the older players who'd moved on. After a bumpy start, the team found their feet to pile on some good wins, the most memorable being a big 5-3 win away at Timaru Boys in the first of two national tournament qualifiers in front of a large opposition crowd. In the local competition, the side secured a third-place finish, defeating John McGlashan 3-0 in the play-off for third and fourth. After the conclusion of the local competition, the team was excited to play in the Malcolm Cowie tournament at Auckland, performing well over the 5 days and finishing in 19th place overall. A highlight of the season was the milestone achievements of two long-serving players. Both Zach Chisholm and Matt Larson reached 50 appearances for the First 11, with Zach going on to reach 66 games in total, making him one of the highest capped players in the recent history of Kings football. 3 Year 13 players depart the team in 2025, Zach, Matt and Jasper Schoenleben. All three have contributed greatly to Kings football, and we thank them for their service and dedication. We start with Captain Zach Chisholm, who receives the Ray Watts Trophy and the Golden Boot First 11 Brooks Trophy. Sam Caldwell, the Kings High School MVP Collins Family Cup, also receiving his badge for first year in the team. Matthew Larson, the Bremner Trophy for service and sportsmanship. Toby Flanders, most improved player in the First 11, the NH Taylor Cup. And receiving badges for their first year in the First 11 team, Eden Rodriguez Brummett. Alex Burgess. Josh Crowley. Kean Jeeves. Will Heggie. John T. Hill. Finn Jones, Lennart Lorber, Cooper McLean, Jasper Schönleben, Marlon Scott, Harry Wood, Harper Elliott, and Ryder Guthrie. Golf presented by Mr. Connie. It's been a highly successful year for the Kings golf team, with growing interest and strong performances in local and national tournaments. Jack Crashley, Fred Reid and Zachary Scott competed in the Dunedin stroke play, while Will Summers, Albie Reid and Kairangi Connie continued to excel at both local and national levels. In the Otago Secondary Schools tournament, our top team of Kai, Will and Albie dominated with a score of 140, finishing first, second and third individually. Will shot a superb 68, Albie finished with a par 72, including an eagle, and Kai matched that with a par 72 featuring 5 birdies. This was King's best result in over 20 years. Other players like Zachary, Jack, Fred, Lucas Kramers and Carter Hepburn also gained valuable experience and show great promise. In the interschools, Kings remained dominant, winning nearly all summer interschool matches. Will Summers led the team strongly and stayed undefeated. Kai and Albie had rare losses in tight matches at Balmacewen. Jack Crashley showed great team spirit by caddying for Will. In the New Zealand Secondary Schools final at Shandon Course, Petone, our top trio made their debut at Nationals. Albie shot a personal best 68. Will followed with 74. Kai battled illness to post a 78. The team placed 5th overall as the top South Island school and best performing state secondary school in New Zealand. We begin with Captain Will Summers and recipient of the Golf Championship medal, the King's High School overall champion. Albie Reid, Excellence in Golf, the Brett McEwen Medal. Kairangi Connie, Senior Contribution to King's High School Golf. Other teammates, Jack Crashley. Carter Hepburn. Fred Reid. and Zach Scott. Well done, boys. Hockey, presented by Mr. Ross. The Kings High First 11 hockey team began the season missing half the team and various key players from the year before. This meant that there was a lot of opportunity for the juniors as we looked to rebuild. It was a tough start to the season due to various positional changes until we reached our final tournament team. The First 11 travelled to Cromwell to defend their Coaches' Cup title. The boys dominated all tournament, going undefeated through pool play, beating Kaiapoi 11-0 in round 1, Roncalli 4-0 and Bulla 5-0 in round 2, and Cromwell College 11-0 in round 3. Then in the semi-final, the boys had a strong 6-1 win against Wakatipu High School before facing Waitaki in the final. The boys knew what it took to beat Waitaki in big matches because we were in this position last year facing them in the 2024 Coaches' Cup final. It was a tough, physical, hard-fought game from both sides, but unfortunately Kings ended up losing 2-1, taking second place overall. Throughout the tournament, there were some standout performances, such as Charlie McIver keeping a clean sheet throughout pool play as goalkeeper, and James Broderick being the top goal scorer of the tournament. It was a great season for the team, and the boys came a long way from the start of the year. Captain Marley Bennett. James Broderick, outstanding player in the First 11 team, Otago Indoor Hockey Association Award. Blake Broom, most improved player in the First 11, the HL Hobson Cup. And to receive badges for their first year in the team, Noah Kranich, Aidan Kendall, Nathan Marie, Liam McRodden, Noah Walgern, other team players, Ethan Bain, Charlie McIver, Flynn Nelson, great work, boys. I'll just call on Mr. Bannister to come forward to present ice hockey. Could our ice hockey players make their way forward, please? Ice hockey at Kings continues to go from strength to strength, thanks to the fantastic local rink and the enthusiasm of our players. We proudly fielded 2 impressive mixed ability teams this season, a testament to the sport's massive growth and future at our school. This was a highly promising rebuilding year focused on team structure, passing and developing high-level skills. A highlight of the season was Tournament Week, where our top team competed fiercely in the A Division. They played with determination and pride, placing highly against some of the best schools in the South Island. Our B team also gained invaluable competitive experience, developing their skills and confidence throughout the season. The most memorable moment was when our two Kings teams faced off against each other, playing to a thrilling even score, which showcased the depth of talent across both squads. Individual excellence was a theme this year. Sean Thompson was a standout, embodying the Kings sportsman with his dedication, leadership and positive mentoring, gaining selection for the New Zealand Under-18 squad. Noah Todd proudly represented the country this year in the New Zealand Under-16 team. William Yu was a key attacking threat whose consistent speed and sonic ability were unmatched. And Year 9 student and A-team goalkeeper Carlin Gilbert demonstrated outstanding skill and bravery in net all season. Ice hockey at Kings is in great shape and we look forward to a dominant future on the ice. First to come up, Captain Sean Thompson. He receives the trophy for the most outstanding senior player. Badges go to Carlin Gilbert. Mitya Gnitsiov. Logan Wilson. Fellow team members Max Crawford. Hunter Renshaw. James Reynolds. William Yu. Congratulations. Now time for rowing, presented by Mr. Paul. The 2024-25 season was one to remember for the Kings High School rowing crew. From local regattas on the Dunedin Harbour to the national stage at Māori Cup, the boys showed grit, teamwork and pride. Highlights included New Zealand Championship gold for Ashton McNee and Ethan Shirley in a top 5 Māori Cup finish. Strong performances at South Island Club Regatta with a silver medal in the novice double. At the South Island Secondary Schools, Alex McKeever placed 3rd in the B Under-18 Single B final, coming in with 7 minutes 49 seconds, and the Under-16 quad clocked a strong time of 8 minutes 11 seconds to take 6th in the B final. Kings Rowing also enjoyed competing against the other Dunedin secondary schools and local regattas on the Otago Harbour. Some notable results from this season include Alex McKeever winning the intermediate single and Ethan and Ashton winning the novice double, along with many other Kings crews being in the top 3. Off the water, the team had a strong culture of support, good conduct, determination, which results in regular comments from other schools about the way the Kings students present themselves. Kings has had strong coaching through North End Rowing Club, which helps coordinate crews and train new rowers on the fundamental skills required for success. Captain Alex McKeever. The King's High School Rower of the Year, the Morrison Blade, to be jointly awarded to Ashton McNee and Ethan Shirley, also receiving badges for their first year on the senior team. Also receiving a badge to join them, Vili Steenkamp. And fellow team members, Edward Hager. Harry Lyons. Congratulations. Rugby, as presented by Mr. Moahu. We kicked off with a challenging pre-season and strong international trials, setting the tone early. A dominant win over Waitaki Boys at Forsyth Bar Stadium launched a successful campaign in the Southern Secondary Schools rugby competition. With solid victories over Dunstan, John McGlashan, St Kevin's and Southern Boys second 15. A standout non-comp win was our impressive win over Shirley Boys. Despite early injuries, our younger players stepped up, showing great depth. Off the field, the team rallied behind Tairoa McDonald for Shave for a Cure. The season's highlight was a historic third consecutive win over Otago Boys, our first three-peat in 60 years. Broadcast live on Sky TV with Henry Hunter shining. In the semi-final, our Year 13s played their final game at the Den, defeating OBs again to confirm our place as Dunedin's top rugby school. The grand final against Southern Boys first 15 was a thriller, ending in a narrow last play loss, but the team's heart and skill were unmatched. 7 players were capped and 4 earned national honours. Those 4: Henry Hunter, New Zealand Secondary Schools team selection; Jake Hill, New Zealand Barbarians under 18; Jeremiah Tuhanga Vaitupu and Lafa Tofiga, New Zealand Māori under 18. A huge thanks to our coaches, especially Nathan Hill for his promotional work as well, and Mr. Smith for 6 years of incredible service. To our Year 13s, your legacy is powerful and lasting. Captain Charlie Heller. And Charlie receives the Donald Trophy, First 15, greatest contribution to the First 15. Henry Hunter, the AJ Barron Excellence in Rugby and Man of Steel, Best Defensive Player. Jake Hill, the Dunbar Cup, Outstanding Achievement in Rugby. Joint winners of the Patterson Cup for most promising first 15 players, Henry Smale and Lafa Tofiga. Receiving badges for their first year on the first 15, Khalil Bear Williams. Hobe Browick. Jack Campbell. Angus Harold. Joseph Holler. Kaya Patterson. Jacob Pollock. Alex Smith. Tai Tayala. Ollie Walsh. Other teammates, Nico Boylan. Bodie Clarkson. Lockie Jeffson. Ariki McDonald. Max Miller. Jackson Moahu. Montel Panesi. Jack Proctor. Zane Rakti Gray. Rudy Stevens. Kavan Tonihi Seville. Justin Winetti Talilima. Well done, everyone. Well done. Nice work. Small bore rifle shooting presented by Mrs. May. All sport challenges a student to manage themselves under pressure, but small bore is one that intensifies this experience. It is a pleasure to report that small bore at King's in 2025 has experienced a resurgence of interest, which a considerable body of younger students have taken up the challenge of small bore rifle shooting. The emphasis in this sport is not on damage and destruction, but on matching oneself against a distant, minuscule target. Mindfulness and being in the moment, cutting out all other distraction is a skill that the general population might benefit from acquiring, and one which is at the core of this pursuit. Numerous students interested in small bore are also involved in other team sports and find small bore to be a useful counterbalance of skills. The club is led by a band of patient and experienced adults whose lifelong interest and engagement in this sport provides a wealth of knowledge and wisdom that King's is lucky to have available to it. Liam Cochrane, Most Improved Marksman, Challenge Cup, also getting his badge for his first season in the team. And receiving a badge for first year in the team, George Weatherall. Surfing, Mr. Reid presenting. In terms of the boys competing at the high school level, the team is still without opposition, as no other school has a team to compete against us. This is indicative of the high level of surfing at King's. So the following is a brief rundown on how the boys fared in the major local and national competitions. The year opened with a fantastic result for Lewis Murphy, gaining third place finish in the under-18s division at the Nationals. Other notable performances have been Kalani Somerton, winning the under-14 South Island title and the Otago title. Jack Higgins took out both divisions, under-16 and under-18, and the Otago champs receiving a sports blue for his efforts. And in terms of the national series, the boys compete in, Kalani Somerton finished third in the under-14s. In the under-16, Jack Higgins was 8th, Flint Sherborne France 10th, Keogh Morrison 12th. And in the under-18s, Lewis finished 4th on the national under-18 circuit. Normally the King's Surfer of the Year goes to the best senior performance in the National Scholastic Surfing Competition, but the senior boys didn't compete this year in this particular competition. Rising junior surf star Chris Jenks, Year 10, carried the torch for King's in the Scholastics this year, making the quarterfinals. He is the next surfer to watch. First up, we have Jack Higgins, captain, and he is joint winner of the Most Outstanding School Surfer Trophy, shared with Lewis Murphy. Able to be with us tonight. And also in our team we have Keogh Morrison. Great work. Swimming, presented by Mr. Bannister. In 2025, Kings continued to dominate the pool, fielding the largest and most successful team at the Otago Secondary School Champs for the second year running. Nearly every member of the 14-strong team reached the podium. Standout performances included Mac Menzies with 2 gold and 2 silver medals, Noah Brummett with 3 silvers, and Owen Jack with a silver and bronze in events largely led by William McFarlane and Alfie Weatherston Harvey. Special mention goes to Edward Panting and Kai Shahir, who each swam 8 individual races and 2 relays in under 3 hours, with Edward jumping straight from the 200-metre freestyle into the 50-metre butterfly. The relay team showcased the squad's depth. The A team of Owen, William, Noah and Alfie won double gold in the medley and freestyle, while the B and C teams placed 3rd and 4th and 4th and 5th respectively. Nationally, William and Alfie competed at the New Zealand secondary schools in Hamilton. Alfie opened with a silver in the 400-metre freestyle before illness cut his meet short. William, newly in the competitive 17 and 18-year-old age group, showed his versatility across multiple strokes with solid top 20 finishes. Beyond schools events, both swimmers had outstanding seasons. William won gold in the 800 and 1500-metre freestyle at Nationals, cutting 27 seconds from his 1500-metre PB. Alfie won multiple age group and open medals at Nationals and short course champs broke several Otago records, including twice in the 200-metre backstroke, and represented New Zealand at the Tri-Series in Ballarat, where he was one of the top performers. Kings continues to set the standard in Otago swimming, with athletes making waves nationally and internationally. First up, captain Alfie Weatherston Harvey, and winner of the KWR Glasgow Cup for senior champion. Owen Jack, intermediate champion under 16, the Philip Rush Trophy. And badges go to Nathan Marie. Logan McFarlane. Roman Mayerink. Mac Menzies. Eddie Panting. Kai Shahir. And William McFarlane. Touch, presented by Mr. Connie. I think you can see how some of this is good practice for prize giving next week. After a 3-year break, Kings returned to the Otago Secondary Schools tournament with a strong showing. Playing at Peter Johnston Park, the first touch team dominated the round robin and delivered a near-flawless final against Otago boys, winning 7-3. The team's focus on connection, work ethic and accountability paid off. In interschools, the Southland boys fixture was cancelled due to scheduling conflicts, while the Shirley boys matches in Christchurch were tough. Missing a few key players as they were away for regional representative honours led to a close loss, 2-1. The Waitaki boys interschool was a highlight with quality officiating and opportunities for junior players. Kings won the fixture convincingly. In the South Island Secondary Schools tournament, with 7 debutantes, the team started slowly but gained momentum. Day one included wins over Christ College, Rolleston College and St Thomas, with narrow losses to Nelson College and Southland boys. On day 2, Kings redeemed themselves over Shirley boys with a convincing win, then continued their dominance over local schools, Otago boys and John McGlashan, and finished 5th from a total of 14 teams. Special mention goes to departing captains Jeremiah Tuhagavaitupu and Henry Smale, whose leadership and legacy will guide the next generation. The team now prepares for the New Zealand Touch Nationals in Rotorua, where many players will make their debut on the big stage. Captain Henry Smale. Also receiving the Most Valuable Player and First Touch Players Award, the Connie Whānau Cup. Next we have the Kingsman Trophy for the First Touch team. Joint winners, Jackson Moahu and Kairangi Connie. The King's First Touch Rookie of the Year, also joint winners, Sean Higgins and Tioni Matuakori Tiaiti, who each also received badges for their first year on the team. Next we have Lafa Tofinga, who receives the Otago Tuts Association Referee's Choice Award. And receiving badges for their first year on the first team, Nico Ford. Hugo Jury. Connor van Niekerk. With fellow teammates Michael Broderick. Bodie Clark. Ketis Gray. Lucas Kramers. Angus McGregor. And Lennox Smale. Volleyball, presented by Mr. Turner. The team began its 2025 competitive season at a South Island Championship qualifying tournament, which it won. This gave it a high seeding at the South Island Champs, where the team qualified top of its pool, which sent it into a semi-final against perennial opponents, Otago Boys. Unfortunately, we lost this in 5 sets, going on to win the playoff for third and fourth against Burnside. We returned to Dunedin dissatisfied and determined to work harder. After an epic Otago Champs tournament, we came out on top and secured our place in Division 1 at Nationals in Palmerston North, much to the relief of coaches, managers and supporters. Nationals started with a tough first match, which we won in a close 5-setter. We proceeded to lose the remaining pool matches, but scraped into the top half of the draw, locking in a Division 1 spot for 2026. The tournament finished for us in an unusual manner, with Burnside removing themselves from the final game, a playoff for 13th and 14th. With Burnside's default, we finished the tournament with a solid 13th out of the 96 teams in New Zealand for 2025. We start with captain Finn Api, and he receives the Most Valuable Player Cup. Followed by Ryder Rainey, the Peter Gilchrist Cup for Most Improved Player. And receiving a badge for first year in the team, George Farsanger. Adam Salisbury. And other team members, Harlan Whitfield. Luke Brinkley, Vincent Laban, congratulations. Water polo presented by Mr. Cam Innes. "2025 has been a building year for us. The team is made up of students from year 10 to 13, spread across the year levels. We continue to be the dominant school in Dunedin, winning most of our games by 12 to 18 points. In the lead up to the South Island Secondary Schools tournament, our coach set up games with the Otago senior men's team to get games with pressure. At the South Island Secondary Schools tournament, Kings was again the only boys' school from Dunedin to compete in the tournament. The first game was against Burnside, and apart from a wobbly fourth quarter, the game was close. However, they lost 5-6. The big game was against Christchurch boys' premier team, who were the eventual winners of the tournament. The boys played exceptional defence and held them scoreless in the third quarter. Christchurch boys was too strong for us to sustain the efforts. It was noted by the parents from Christchurch that it was the most pressure Christchurch boys had seen all season in their local competition. In the end, the team lost in the quarter-final by 1 point to miss out on the top four, ending 5th overall. The team will retain most of its players, and 2026 Nationals are in our sights, and we will be building towards this over the coming months. We're also proud that our boys have pathways and opportunities in water polo as seen by the number of players who coach, as well as the pathway to play at higher levels as seen by Noah Brummett. Noah left school in August to begin his tertiary studies and continue his water polo prowess at Cypress College in Cypress, California, United States. Now to our first recipient, the Borley Family Shield, Noah Brummett, in absentia. Family member to receive it on his behalf is brother Eden. And Noah was also captain of this team. Followed by joint winners of the Tony Graham Trophy for Most Dedicated Players, Rory Harold and Mac Menzies. And Rory also received his badge for his first year on the first team. And to receive badges, Nathan Marie. Jackson Phillips. Ned Starkey. Conan Tabb. To join them, Alfie Witherston Harvey. Angus Harold. William McFarlane. And Kai Shahir. Has he just come late? Ben Calder. Before we move on to our next phase, we have a late presentation to Ben Calder for services to volleyball. So Ben, if you could come forward, please. We now move on to honour our New Zealand representatives from 2025. The greatest honour that can be bestowed upon a person competing in their sport of choice is to be selected for New Zealand or to win a New Zealand title. There are 11 young men who have received this accolade. I would ask that our New Zealand representatives and title holders join us up on stage, and I invite Nathan Hasty to present the certificates. Please applaud each student as he makes his way across stage. First on this esteemed list, Taki Adlam, softball, New Zealand Developing Sox under-15 team. Luke Brinkley, Jiu-Jitsu, New Zealand Open Men's Blue Belt Champion. Jake Hill, Rugby, New Zealand Barbarians representative. Henry Hunter, Rugby, New Zealand Secondary Schools representative. Vincent Laban, netball, New Zealand men's under-23 team. Jeremy Mantiga, weightlifting, the over 15 boys under 88 kilogram division champion. William McFarlane, swimming, New Zealand age group 16-year-old 800 and 1500 metre freestyle gold medal champion. Sean Thompson, ice hockey, New Zealand under-18 ice hockey representative. Absent tonight, but still to be recognised, please. We have Noah Todd, ice hockey, New Zealand under 16 ice hockey representative. Lafa Tofiga, rugby, New Zealand under 18 Māori team. Also unable to be here this evening, but still to be recognised, Jeremiah Tuhanga Vaitupu, Rugby New Zealand Under-18 Māori team. Alfie Weatherston Harvey, swimming, New Zealand Open Championship long course, 1500 metre freestyle, 17 to 18-year-old age group, gold medalist. But there is more. New Zealand Short Course Championship, 17 to 18-year-old group, gold medalist in the 800 and 1500 metres, 200 metre backstroke, 17 to 18-year-old gold medalist, and selected for the New Zealand youth team. Probably worth more of a clap. Thank you, everyone. But now it is time for the Team of the Year award. This Team of the Year award selection was extremely challenging as a decision to make, where the selection panel had many a good debate about the overall winner, with all teams being very worthy of receiving this coveted award. Some tough choices to be made. I will ask the captain to join us on stage, where I will read a slightly longer overview of that team's season than the one heard earlier tonight. The successful captain will come forward and receive the trophy for the Team of the Year. Could I again ask Nate Hasty to make the presentations? We start with golf. Can the captain of the golf team please join us on stage, Will Summers? It's been a highly successful year for the golf team, which included more boys showing an interest in playing in local and provincial tournaments. Will Summers, Albie Reid and Kairangi Connie continue to do the extras in tournament golf both locally and nationally. Again, the top three playing positions all tied up with their top three, with competition index handicaps ranging from 0.1 to 1.2. At the Otago Secondary School's golf tournament, the Kings' #1 team of Kai, Will and Albie finished with an impressive score of 140, 7 shots clear of the next team in second place. They finished the tournament in positions 1 to 3 for Will, Kai and Albie respectively, and achieved the best team result for Kings ever retained in this championship in recent history, by most reckonings over the past 20 or more years. Will had an almost flawless round, turning in a 1 under par after 9 holes, only to add 3 more birdies for a 68. Albie Reid was next up, finishing his round with an eagle on the par 5 11th hole to come home strong in a par round 72. With a couple of strong scores in for Kings, Kai added the nail in the coffin, also finishing in a par round 72, which was comprised of 5 birdies. For the interschools, Kings continued to show dominance in their summer interschools, having won almost all of them against Waitaki Boys and Shirley Boys. The Southland Boys Golf Interschool did not go ahead due to clashes with other tournaments. Team captain Will did a great job managing his team and led by example. He remained undefeated this year in all interschools. Kai recorded his first loss in his time at Kings after being in the team for his 5th year, first as a year 8 against Southland. Albie also got an uncharacteristic defeat in a bizarre match to round off 2025. Both boys had uncharacteristic losses on the 18th hole at Balmacewen. For the New Zealand Secondary Schools finals, we had our three top boys competing for the first time as King's students at the Secondary Schools finals at the Shandon Golf Course in Petone. The Kings team performed well as a group on the whole. After day 1, Albie had a personal best round of 68, followed by Will at 74. Kai, showing resilience with a 78, battled through illness that had him fighting to walk the fairways. The Kings team were placed 3rd overall after day 1 and backed this up on day 2 to only slip back 2 spots and finish impressively at 5th position in the country. A big congratulations to Will and Albie, who played some outstanding golf, ensuring that Kings were a threat at the top end of the competition, and to Kai, who cemented their placing in the 3-man format. This is a great team result for the debutants and places them as the top school in the South Island, 5th in New Zealand, and the top state secondary school in the country. These outstanding performances through these national and local tournaments resulted in all 3 boys being selected in the Otago men's interprovincial team, which is an outstanding achievement and shows just how talented these young men truly are. Congratulations. Can Finn Api, the captain of the volleyball team, come forward? Following a very successful 2024 senior volleyball season, the team was able to secure a Division 1 spot for Otago volleyball at the Secondary School Nationals in 2025. Senior volleyball's big term is Term 1. We had 4 tournaments. The mainland qualifying, used to determine seedings at the mainland championships. The mainland championship itself, essentially the senior South Island champs, which is always held in Christchurch. Thirdly, the Otago Champs, which doubles as Otago seedings into the national tournament. And of course, the Secondary Schools Nationals. Each is important in its own right, but this year the focus was on winning the Otago Champs and progressing through to Division 1 at Nationals. The team began its competitive season with the mainland qualifying tournament here in Dunedin. The competition is divided into 2 pools. Otago volleyball is on the rise, and there are now 5 competitive teams in the city. Us and perennial opponents Otago boys, dogged battlers John McGlashan, Bayfield and the rising stars of Logan Park. While we struggled to play at our best on the first day, we managed to go through as top qualifier in our pool, setting up a crossover semi-final against John McGlashan. Early on Sunday, we duly dispatched them to set up a final against Otago boys. We had far too much depth for them and came out on top, securing a high seeding for the upcoming mainland tournament in Christchurch the following weekend. Injuries meant we went into this tournament a little under strength. We played some good volleyball on day 1 and managed to make the semi-finals. As seems to be the way, we travelled to Christchurch only to play Otago boys again. Otago boys proved too strong on this occasion for us, and we lost a very tight match. We went on to beat Burnside in the playoff for 3rd and 4th. This set things up nicely for the Otago Champs, with only 1 Division 1 spot available for Otago at the Nationals. Following a scratchy win over Logan Park, we fought our way through to the final against, you guessed it, Otago boys. This one really mattered and the boys showed it. We gave no space to the hyped up game OBs played and had far too many attacking options at the net, playing our very best volleyball of the season. We took out the title, winning the trophy, the banner and the highly sought after Division 1 spot at Nationals. Nationals themselves started with a tough first match, which we won in a close 4-setter. We proceeded to lose the remaining pool matches, but scraped into the top half of the draw, locking in a Div 1 spot for Otago in 2026. In our crossover game, we played Wellington College, headed by an exalted old boy, Glenn Denham. In a titanic game, we turned a 2-set deficit into a 5-set win, putting us into the final game, a playoff for 13th and 14th. And overall, we finished a respectable 13th out of the 96 boys teams at the national tournament, but we felt that we had underperformed. Kings under Andy Campbell play a very different game to many of the North Island schools. We surprised many of the big names in secondary school volleyball, enhancing our reputation as a school to watch out for on the volleyball court. The team would like to take this opportunity to especially acknowledge the fantastic work of Andy Campbell, what he's done over the past 30 years to ensure Kings volleyball remains a force to be reckoned with. Congratulations. I'm sure you can see why this decision is tough, but it is my privilege to now announce the Team of the Year for 2025 from these three fantastic teams. And the winner this year is the Kings golf team. Right, now we go to the Salter Trophy. There it is, pride of place, waiting for a worthy recipient. The awarding of the Salter Trophy is the pinnacle of this evening's proceedings. It's the award designated for the most outstanding senior sportsman in our school. It recognises excellence and talent. It celebrates commitment and dedication. It's greatly coveted, and the calibre of young men who've received it is truly exceptional. Tonight there are 4 finalists for the Salter Trophy. I will announce each of the 4 finalists and ask them to individually come up to centre stage to receive the recognition that they are due and to then take a seat. Each young man will also receive further recognition by being awarded a small trophy from Rowan Wingham. Sorry, maybe I should have said that first. Taking you back to school now. We begin with Jake Hill. Jake, come forward. Jake's 2025 season culminated in a brilliant first 15 career, solidifying his status as a truly exceptional schoolboy athlete and leader. His performance this year not only drove the success of our top rugby team, but earned him national recognition, confirming him as one of the elite players in New Zealand secondary school rugby. Regarding national recognition, Jake achieved New Zealand Barbarian selection, one of the highest honours a secondary school player can achieve. Selection for the New Zealand Barbarians is a marker of elite talent. This achievement confirms Jake is arguably one of the top 4 first 5/8 in the entire country for his age group. He was a dominant force this season. Across the entire competition, few backs possessed Jack's combined skill set, all-round ability and unstoppable attacking threat. His memorable late-season performances were key to the first 15's impressive run to the Highlanders Schools final. Jake has shown regional leadership. His talent was further recognised with selection to the Otago Metro Under-18 team, where his leadership qualities were immediately apparent when named captain. And Jake was also demonstrating leadership and service to the school this year as field general. Jake was the on-field commander and a primary driving factor in the team's tactical execution. His on-field leadership was a massive contributing factor to the success of the first 15 side throughout the season. Jake leaves an impeccable legacy. Completing his 3rd and final year in the first 15, Jake has left a reputation of immense service to the school. His dedication, commitment and skill have set a definitive standard for future players, leaving a positive and lasting impression of what it means to be a Kingsman and a Lion. Jake's ascent to national representative honours while captaining regional sides and driving his school team to a major final make him a superb candidate for the Salter Trophy. Well done. Henry Hunter. Tonight we celebrate a young man whose journey is the very embodiment of personal excellence, the core principle on which this school is built. We're talking about striving not just for success, but for being the absolute best version of yourself in every endeavour. He has certainly proved that this mindset is the true catalyst for achievement. His rugby career to date is a testament to the power of hard work, unwavering commitment, and incredible consistency. Henry is someone who understands that sacrifice is a requirement for progress and that the ability to seek guidance and advice is a strength, not a weakness. These attributes typify the young man we honour tonight, Henry Hunter. Henry's story from the day he started at Kings in 2022 Not quite yet. To this evening powerfully reminds us of the great platform that school sport offers our young men. For an impressive 3 years, Henry has been a fixture in our first 15, serving as the cornerstone of countless important victories. No triumph was more significant than this year's inter-school clash broadcast live on Sky TV at Littlebourne. His imposing presence was absolutely vital during the first 15's hard-fought finals campaign. While Henry's selection for Otago and Highlanders age group teams over the years has been fantastic, his most recent achievement has truly taken him to the summit. This year, Henry was selected for the New Zealand secondary schools team. In the context of schoolboy rugby, this is the Everest. To put that accomplishment into perspective for everybody here, Henry Hunter was ranked as one of the top 4 props at All New Zealand this year. We couldn't be prouder of Henry's remarkable success and wish him all the very best for his bright rugby career path. Henry is a most deserving Salter nominee. Now, the next young man I've already indicated is absent tonight. He's stuck at Wellington Airport, still trying to make his way back to Dunedin, unfortunately. But he is going to receive an honourable mention. Also a nominee for the Salter Trophy, Jeremiah Tuhanga Vaitupu. Now, tonight we celebrate an athlete whose talent, versatility and devotion have made him a crucial person in our school's sporting pedigree. He has been a consistent presence in our first 15 since making his debut in 2022 as just a Year 10 student. On that special day, he had the immense privilege of running out alongside his elder brother, Orlando. Jeremiah possesses a physical toolkit that any coach or athlete would covet. He is athletic and incredibly fast, strong and immensely powerful, and tops it all off with excellent ball skills. This potent combination makes him a coach's dream. His capacity to dominate multiple positions, whether it's at loose forward, marshalling the midfield, or making lethal breaks out on the wing, has ensured his regular and vital appearances for the team. And more than just a versatile player, Jeremiah is a leader of genuine potential. His presence on the field is immense and important. He's the type of player that immediately lifts the performance of his teammates. This season, Jeremiah truly sees the opportunity to stake his claim in the midfield. He played some of his most impactful rugby during the crucial business end of the season, delivering performances of real significance on multiple occasions against fierce rivals, Otago boys and Southland boys. These phenomenal efforts, combined with his outstanding earlier season form, culminated in a truly remarkable achievement, Jeremiah's selection into the New Zealand Under-18 Māori team. This is an outstanding honour that speaks to his hard work. We are incredibly proud to celebrate the achievements of this fantastic young man. Jeremiah has also demonstrated many other outstanding sporting achievements at a local and regional level, beyond rugby, while representing the school. King's Touch, playing 99 games for the Senior A team. Rugby League, a member of the Southern Zone Warriors Academy. Otago Rugby League, a member of the winning South Island Under-18 Otago team. Member of the winning King's High School Nines team and Rugby League at the Otago Secondary School Champs. Jeremiah is a clear and worthy nominee for the 2025 Salter Trophy. Hands together, please. Alfie Weatherston Harvey. Alfie's phenomenal performances in 2025 cement his status as a truly elite secondary school athlete, demonstrating dominance, record-breaking consistency, and international excellence across multiple disciplines. In international and national swimming excellence, Alfie's year was defined by stepping onto the Olympic swimming pathway and excelling on the national and international stage. There were international triumphs. Alfie was selected for the New Zealand youth team. He dominated the Tri-Series in Australia. He was a powerhouse, winning the 800 metres and 1500 metres, freestyle events. He was selected for, but also sensationally winning the 200-metre backstroke twice, breaking a long-standing Otago record. He anchored the 4x200-metre freestyle relay, contributing to a meet record, and was one of the competition's top point scorers. There were record-breaking performances in 2025. At the New Zealand Short Course Champs, Alfie secured age group gold in the 800 and 1500 metre freestyle, and most notably won the age group 200 metre backstroke. In the final, he further lowered his own record, breaking a 2-minute barrier and setting a time that placed him as the 4th fastest 17-year-old in history for a New Zealander, and below the World Juniors qualifying time. He has broken this record 4 times this year, lowering it by over 5 seconds. Excellent national titles were gained in 2025. Alfie won the 17-18-year-old 1500 metre freestyle at the New Zealand Champs, continued to secure open bronze medals in the 1500 metre event at both major national championships. A remarkable feat for a secondary school athlete competing against the country's best. There's also been regional and school level dominance too. Alfie demonstrated total mastery at a regional level while representing the school. As South Island champion, Alfie took his success to a new level by winning both age group and open South Island titles in the 200, 400, 800 and 1500 metre freestyle, setting new open records in all 4 events. School records have been set. Alfie has completely rewritten the school's record books, breaking Otago Secondary School records in the 50 metres, 100 metres and 200 metre backstroke, 200 metre individual medley and the 400 metre freestyle. He enjoyed significant New Zealand secondary school success. Competing for Kings, he secured silver in the 400 metre freestyle twice and 200 metre backstroke, as well as bronze in the 200 metre freestyle at the New Zealand Secondary School Champs. In addition to all this, Alfie is a multi-sport athlete. Beyond the pool, he's a genuine multi-sport star, demonstrating the all-round athletic fitness required of a top-tier athlete. He is a highly valued 3-year member of the Kings Lions water polo team, achieving a highlight 5th place at the South Island Champs this year. He is a long-standing member of the Kings cross-country first team, competing successfully in the interschools and running over 70 kilometres in the K24 event this year. He is a former Otago Junior Triathlon champion who consistently places in the top 2 for the 800 and 1500 metres on the athletics track, as well, representing Kings at the Otago Champs. Alfie's dedication, record-shattering achievements and transition to a true international competitor make him an outstanding candidate for the Salter Trophy. Congratulations. I now hand the lectern back to our Director of Sport, Mr. Bannister, to announce the 2025 Salter Trophy winner from these 4 fine young men. Mr. Bannister.
The recipient of the Salter Trophy will take his place amongst many outstanding sportsmen who have received this accolade over the last 45 years. Men who have forged impressive professional and international sporting careers, such as Tony Brown, Nathan and Brendan McCullen, Ben Smith, Glenn Denham and Dylan Pledger, have in the past been crowned as the winners of the Salter Trophy, the highest sporting honour that Kings High School can award. The winner tonight will have his photo on display in the gymnasium foyer for our community to see and celebrate for many years to come. The recipient of the 2025 Salter Trophy is Alfie. Charlie Heller, could you please come up to the lectern?
Good evening, parents, staff, boys, and special guests. The final applause of our award winners has faded, and as we look around the pack tonight, we see more than just athletes. We see Kings High School community at its strongest. Before we draw this fantastic night to a close, it is my genuine honour on behalf of the entire student body to express our deepest gratitude. Tonight celebrated moments of brilliance, the winning try, the decisive stroke, the last move, the final whistle. But the true king spirit of sport lies not within the final score, but in the relentless effort that precedes it. That effort is built on dedication, and that dedication comes from the unwavering commitment of others. To our coaching staff, teachers, and volunteers, we thank you. You turn up before the sun rises and long after it sets. You teach us systems, but more importantly, you teach us resilience, discipline, and how to carry a loss with dignity. You are our foundation of success. To the parents, families, and our wider support groups, the architects of the carpools, the providers of the oranges, and the most dedicated cheer squads on the sidelines, thank you for your patience and for fueling our passions. To the boys that played, whether you're receiving an award tonight or simply showing up to every training session, thank you for upholding the standard of competition and the brotherhood that defines our school. Finally, to our Year 13s, this is your final sports awards evening, and your departure makes a profound shift for Kings High School. You've led us, whether as captains, mentors, or simply as the standard bearers of hard work. The lessons learned here, the disciplines of the early morning wake-ups, the trust required, and the toughest moments, and the courage to face the occasional loss, these are the real trophies that you'll take with you. As you step off the playing fields for the last time and transition into your next great challenge, we wish you nothing but the absolute best. You are prepared. You have the heart and the character of a Kingsman. Go forward with confidence and never forget the brotherhood you have forged here. We will miss you, but we'll look forward to hearing about your triumphs. The fields may change, the challenges will certainly be greater, but the man Kings has helped you become will always remain the same. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thanks, Charlie. What an incredible celebration of talent, grit, and dedication we have witnessed tonight. I want to start by simply saying thank you to every person in this room, the parents, staff, supporters, families, coaches, mentors, and most importantly, our athletes, for making Kings Sport the powerhouse it is. Our ambition for the future is unwavering. Our vision for Kings Sport is to be the school of choice for sport and sports performance, remembering that this vision is built on people, not just trophies. My deepest gratitude goes out to our special guest speakers, Nathan and Rowan Wingham, for returning to the den and sharing such inspiring, authentic insights with our young men. Thank you to Mr. MacGyver, our Board of Trustees, the PTSA, Sports Council, and the countless individuals who provide the strategic backbone that allows us to thrive. To all our coaches and management teams, you're the greatest asset of Kings Lions sport. You give the time, expertise, and passion to mentor and guide our students. Thank you for turning potential into performance. We also pay special tribute to those rocks who often work behind the scenes, our many volunteers. To Lobby and Henry, your countless hours of selfless commitment ensures the smooth running of our program, and we're profoundly grateful for your service. And to the school staff who turn ambition into reality. Mr. Ross, sir, thank you for your wisdom and those gold nuggets of incredibly valuable input whenever I come seeking your expertise. To Mrs. Wallace, Mrs. Butler, Mrs. Moore, and Mrs. Adie Cropley, thank you for your tireless work that ensures this tradition of success continues and keeps us firmly on track. Finally, to our young men, you are the embodiment of King's sport. To those who are leaving the Den this year, it has been an absolute privilege to watch you grow and mature over the last few years. Sorry, boys. I will miss you, boys, and look forward to following your journeys with a lot of pride. You now carry the torch of our legacy. And to those returning, thank you for the heart, sweat, and the sheer commitment that you have given this year. Carry the spirit forward and continue to build our legacy of Riona. The formal part of the evening is now concluded. I invite you all to join us in supper in the library. Thank you and good evening.